Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We've got 16 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 21.9K subs, so keep up the good work. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Really great promos, especially with FanDuel. New customers, bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets if you win. So go ahead and take advantage of that, guys. In the description below to get in on the action. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today with the 16 matchups. Starting with the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as slight home favorites at -115. Arizona -105 with the over-under at 8. Arizona coming into this matchup 61-52. Cleveland 67-45. Pitching for Arizona is Brandon Pfaadt with an ERA at 3.97. Pitching for the Guardians is Ben Lively with an ERA at 3.42. Pfaadt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lively, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Arizona on a 2-game winning streak, beating Cleveland in their last game 7-6. Cleveland on a little 3-game losing streak right now. Arizona 8-3 against Cleveland. They've actually been very good against Cleveland. 5-1 on the road where they played well. This is a doubleheader. I didn't realize it until just now. It is a doubleheader. So this is game 1 right now. Pretty good pitching matchup. Ben Lively's been a very solid. Pfaadt coming off 2 rougher starts here, but I don't know. I'm liking Arizona in this series. They look good last game. They're very good head-to-head here. Good on the road. I think I'm going to take Arizona +1.5 on the road in game 1. Next matchup, we got game 2 between the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Cleveland Guardians. Arizona opening up as road favorites at -130. Cleveland +110 with the over-under at 8. Arizona coming into this matchup 61-52. Cleveland 67-45. Pitching for Arizona is Eduardo Rodriguez with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Guardians is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 5.53. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Carrasco, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. His 2 games prior, he gave up 6 runs in back-to-back games. So he's had some pretty rough starts this season. Yeah, doubleheaders, they're not my favorite thing. I especially don't love a game 2 of a doubleheader because you just don't know what's going to happen, how everyone's going to play in a back-to-back. Not really in love with either pitcher. Rodriguez hasn't had much start. I don't think he's played this season from what I'm seeing. We could be getting a new pitcher there. I'm liking the plus money with the Guardians in game 2. I don't know, good value. I think everyone's probably going to be off of Carrasco. I think he can have a decent game. He's coming off a good game. I'll take Cleveland +1.5 at home in game 2. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Chicago Cubs. Twins opening up as road favorites at -140. The Cubs +115 with the over-under at 7. Twins coming into this matchup 63-49. The Cubs 56-60. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA at 3.72. Pitching for the Cubs is Javier Assad with an ERA at 3.19. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Assad, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Minnesota coming off a Cubs loss yesterday, losing 3-7, ending their nice 5-game winning streak that they were on. Minnesota's still good against the Cubs, 5-2 against the Cubs, 4-1 on the road against the Cubs, where they've been very good here. Ryan's had some rougher starts on the mound here, coming off a 2, 3, and 4-run game. Assad coming off a 1-run game. He's been pretty decent here his last few starts. I'm liking the Cubs here. Good plus money today. Coming off a nice win yesterday. Give me the Cubs +1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Texas Rangers. Houston opening up as road favorites at -130. The Rangers +110 with the over-under at 9. Houston coming into this matchup 58-55. The Rangers 54-60. Pitching for the Astros is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.67. Pitching for the Rangers is Jose Urena with an ERA of 3.70. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Urena, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Houston coming off a Rangers win yesterday, 4-2, ending their 3-game losing streak they were on. They are 16-4 on the road against Texas, so they've been very good against the Rangers here. You got Urena coming off that 7-run game. Kikuchi coming off a good start because he just got traded. So I believe this is probably his second start with the Astros here because didn't really play well in Toronto. But coming off a good start. I don't know. This one's kind of tough here, but I'm liking Houston. Ending that little 3-game streak, able to get a win against the Rangers. I think I'm going to lean with the Astros on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Oakland Athletics. Oakland opening up as home favorites at -190. The White Sox +150 with the over-under at 8.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 28-88. Oakland 47-68. Pitching for the White Sox is Davis Martin with an ERA of 7.11. Pitching for Oakland is Joey Estes with an ERA of 4.77. Martin, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Estes coming off 3 straight 2-run games here. The White Sox ending their 21-game losing streak, beating Oakland yesterday 5-1. So the streak's finally over. It was going to happen eventually, and it did. Disappointing game from Oakland yesterday. But I'm just playing the numbers game. Davis didn't look good in his only start this season here. Estes has been very solid lately. Play the numbers game. White Sox took them over a month or so to get a win, to get back-to-back wins, which we haven't seen in a long time. I'll take a shot with the Oakland at home today. Next matchup, we got the doubleheader between the Los Angeles Angels versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -300. The Angels +250 with the over-under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 49-63. The Yankees 67-46. Pitching for the Angels is Davis Daniel with an ERA of 4.91. Pitching for the Yankees is Lewis Gill with an ERA of 3.20. Daniel, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Gill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Angels coming off back-to-back Mets wins. Yankees coming off back-to-back Toronto wins. Angels 1-6 on the road against the Yankees, where they've really struggled here. Daniel, he's coming off a 1-run game, but his 2 games prior, he gave up 7 and 4 runs here. I think this is a good spot for the Yankees here, who are playing great. This is what I picked yesterday, but the game got postponed. Give me the Yankees at home in Game 1. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -250. Angels +200 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 49-63. The Yankees 67-46. Pitching for the Angels is Carson Fulmer with an ERA of 3.69. Pitching for the Yankees is Will Warren with an ERA of 6.75. Fulmer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Warren's only pitched 1 time for the Yankees this season. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts, so not the greatest start for him. Angels coming off back-to-back Mets wins. Yankees coming off back-to-back Toronto wins. We know how good, how bad the Angels are on the road against the Yankees here. Fulmer hasn't been amazing. He's been giving up 2-3 runs pretty consistently. Warren had a rough start. Hopefully he can have a better game on the mound today, but I'm just not in love with the Angels in either game here. So I'll take the Yankees in both of them. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Miami Marlins. Reds opening up as road favorites at -135. The Marlins plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 55 and 58. The Marlins 42 and 72. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA at 3.41. Pitching for the Marlins is Valente Balazzo with an ERA of 4.20. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Balazzo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Cincinnati back-to-back Miami wins, pretty dominating wins, winning 10-3 and 8-2. 4-1 against Miami, 5-2 on their own, where they've been on the road, where they've been solid here. And I'm liking the Reds. The Marlins have just been a mess this series. I'll take the Reds on the road today. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Padres opening up as road favorites at -165. The Pirates plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Padres coming into this matchup 62 and 52. The Pirates 56 and 56. Pitching for the Padres is Michael King with an ERA at 3.26. Pitching for the Pirates is Marco Gonzalez with an ERA at 3.72. King, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Coming out 3 good starts here, only giving up 4 total runs. Gonzalez, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. Padres shutting out the Pirates yesterday 6-0. Nice win for the Padres on a 3-game winning streak right now. 8-1 on the road. Really good road team right now. Playing good on the road. I like King on the mound today, and I think I'm going to take the Padres on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Washington Nationals. Giants opening up as road favorites at -160. The Nationals plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Giants coming into this matchup 57 and 58. The Nationals 52 and 62. Pitching for the Giants is Blake Snell with an ERA at 4.29. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA at 3.56. Snell, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 11 strikeouts, coming off back-to-back monster games with 11 and 15 strikeouts on 0 runs here. So he's coming off a heater. Irvin, he's coming off a 4-run game. Giants, bad game against Washington yesterday, losing 11-5. Just a disappointing game there. Washington played very well yesterday. And you look at the numbers, though, the Giants, they're just 2-7 against Washington, 1-4 on the road against Washington. They've had their struggles against the Nationals here. I love Snell on the mound. I mean, man, I think you got to ride this heater he's on. He's on a strikeout frenzy, not giving up hits these last 2 games here. Might be seeing the Blake Snell that we've seen in the past, which is a good sign. Give me the Giants on the road with the bounce back today. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Baltimore opening up as road favorites at -140. Toronto plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 67 and 47. Toronto 52 and 61. Pitching for Baltimore is Trevor Rogers with an ERA of 4.76. Pitching for Toronto is Bowden Francis with an ERA of 5.64. Rogers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Francis, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Baltimore coming off a Toronto loss yesterday. Nice win for Toronto. Even though Baltimore, they're 9-4 on the road against Toronto, where they've been very good. Francis, he's given up 8 runs in 3 starts. His last start was against Baltimore, where he gave up the 3 runs here. Hasn't been that great on the mound. Rogers has been solid. He's coming off a 5-run game, but giving up 2 and 1 in the 2 games prior here. So we've seen him have really good games here. I don't know. Not in love with Toronto. We haven't seen them get back-to-back wins. It's been a couple weeks since they've gotten back-to-back wins here. I like the bounce back with Baltimore on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -160. The Brewers plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Brewers coming into this matchup 63 and 49. The Braves 60 and 52. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA at 3.89. Pitching for the Braves is Chris Sale with an ERA at 2.71. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Sale, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Brewers shutting out the Braves yesterday 10-0. Yeah, disappointing game from the Braves yesterday. They've been good when Chris Sale's on the mound. Is actually Chris Sale's last start on the mound was against the Brewers, and they won 6-2. So, yeah, Milwaukee is just 2-6 against the Braves here. Yeah, love Chris Sale on the mound. Just been very consistent. Freddie Peralta's been solid here lately too, but yeah, he played very well against the Brewers in his last start. And yeah, I like the Braves bounce back. Horrible performance yesterday. I expect a better performance with Sale on the mound. Should get some nice runs today. I like the Braves at home with the bounce back in this one. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at -120. The Rays +100 with the over-under at 7.5. Rays coming into this matchup 57-55. The Cardinals 58-56. Pitching for the Rays is Taj Bradley with an ERA at 2.71. Pitching for the Cardinals is Eric Fedde with an ERA at 3.34. Bradley, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Fedde, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Tampa Bay coming off a St. Louis loss yesterday, 4-3. Able to get the underdog cover though. They are 4-2 on the road against St. Louis, 9-4 against St. Louis. They've been very good against St. Louis. Fedde, he gives up runs here. He hasn't been that great here. Bradley coming off a 4-run game, but he had 2 games prior here. I think Tampa Bay's a dog today, and Tampa Bay +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Sox versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals was home favorites at -140. Boston +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 61. The Royals 63-2. For Boston is Cutter Crawford with an ERA of 3.81. Pitching for the Royals was Cole Ragans with an ERA of 3.43. Crawford, man, he's just coming off some bad starts. He's given up 16 runs in his last 3 starts here. Coming off a 5 and 6 run game. Ragans hasn't been amazing. He's coming off a 2, 4, and 3 run game. Boston back-to-back wins against the Royals here. Yeah, I just don't love Crawford on the mound. Even though they won their last start with Crawford on the mound, even though he gave up all those runs, Royals, just a rough 2 games in this series so far, but they have a great opportunity against Crawford, who's just been horrible here. Yeah, and that's why the Royals are favorites, because Crawford just giving up so many runs. I just can't trust a pitcher that's given up 5+ runs in 3 straight. I can't do it. Give me the Royals at home today. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Colorado Rockies. Mets opening up as road favorites at -150. The Rockies +120 with the over-under at 11. Mets coming into this matchup 59-54. The Rockies 42-72. Pitching for the Mets is Paul Blackburn with an ERA of 4.11. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 5.12. Blackburn, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Feltner, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Mets losing to the Rockies yesterday, 6-3. Disappointing game from the Mets. They are just 3-6 against the Rockies. They've had their struggles against the Rockies here. Blackburn coming off a 1-run game, but his 2 games prior gave up 4 and 7 runs here. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Rockies are a good dog today at home. Mets didn't play great yesterday here. Not in love with Blackburn. I'll take a shot with the Rockies +1.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -130. Detroit +115 with the over-under at 6. Detroit coming into this matchup 54-60. Seattle 59-55. Pitching for Detroit is Tariq Skubal with an ERA of 2.57. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 2.91. Skubal, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Kirby, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Detroit beating Seattle yesterday 4-2. Nice win for them. Seattle on a little 2-game losing streak. Detroit, they are 4-1 against Seattle, 8-3 on the road, where they've been solid here. Skubal been good on the mound, coming off a rough game, giving up 5 runs, but he's been great this year. I think Detroit's a good dog today. Good pitching matchup. I'll take Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. In the last matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -140. The Phillies plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Phillies coming into this matchup 67-46. The Dodgers 66-48. Pitching for the Phillies is Tyler Phillips with an ERA of 4.39. Pitching for the Dodgers is Gavin Stone with an ERA of 3.30. Phillips, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 8 runs, had 1 strikeout. His 2 games prior didn't allow a run, and then he got lit up for 8 in an inning, so that was just an unfortunate game there. Stone, he's coming off a 5 and 4 run game. And the Phillies beating the Dodgers 6-2. Just a weird series, man, because you got the Phillies who are playing so bad, and then you got the Dodgers who, they have so many games where they just don't even show up, like yesterday. Very hard game to pick because you just don't know what team's going to do what, because both teams are playing poorly here lately. The Phillies are 5-1 against the Dodgers, where they've been pretty good. Overall, Phillips has been very good. If you discredit last game, he's been very solid. And I think I'm going to take the Phillies plus 1.5 on the road today. Not the greatest matchup. You don't know what you're going to get with these two teams right now. So I'll take a shot at the Phillies plus 1.5 on the road today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.